that I mentioned, and also from the organizational readiness.
Oh, hey man, what's up? How's it going? Are you at work now? Don't get too excited. I'm not doing anything interesting this stream. I was actually in the middle of doing my operating systems homework. I've been doing it for like half an hour now, but then I was like, hey, why didn't I like stream it? Since I'm just sitting here typing anyways. So. Oh, you are? That's awesome. So how's that going? So how does this work? So round robin, what does that do? Each process has its own like time slot. So this is gonna be basic. So if I do, and then what should this take? This should take, and so it should take a time quantum, and it should take a let's see, sequence of arrival times. Okay. Yeah, it is. Good so far. And then how's VS Code treating you? What is the problem now? You know what? Oh, it's awesome. Shortest job first. So all right. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna have for let's see, what is this gonna look like? All right, let me just make something up real quick. So for an I equals 0, How do you make a queue? It's awesome how it can visualize the MD files and it carries the metals and the Vim extension. Yeah. Yeah, actually, I got this like hard mode plugin, and at first, well, actually, it's still super annoying, but I've noticed that I'm like getting a lot faster. Well, it's like sometimes I'm like a lot faster, but then other times it's like when I'm just trying to do things like the inefficient way, then it like locks me out. And then it's like I'm doing things, but I don't realize that it's locking me out, and then that's really annoying. Cause then it's like, cause then I'm just typing in things and things aren't working. But except for that, did I not say I here? Okay. So, how do you make a queue? Well, what I could do is that my arrivals thing. What this is that right, is that it's a pointer, right? So what I could do is that after each thing in the queue completes, I could just increment the pointer by one, and then it would move over to the next thing. Yeah, yeah, you can try it if you want. I don't know. It can be pretty frustrating too. So if I have arrivals, actually, what the heck is arrivals? I don't even know. Um, so maybe instead of that, arrivals could be like a hmm. I'm trying to think. So I at first I was thinking arrivals would be like a 2D array that would have the arrival times and the burst times. Instead, what if I made like struct process? I'm trying to remember how you make structs. Is that how you do it? And then this is gonna have int arrival time, and then burst time. Although then it's what it or is it? But it's also gonna be like type def or something. I gotta remember how to do that. C type def struct struct. But then don't I have to like instantiate it too? Okay. And actually, I think I need to put a. Oh, I don't have to put a semicolon there. Okay. Why is this giving me an error? Expected. Oh yeah, I did have to put a. Okay. Actually, if you want to know a really good way of learning how to use Vim great, which is something that I've done a bit over the last few days that has made me a lot better, is play golf. Golf actually makes you a lot better at Vim. I've been doing golf, and it's like it makes me a lot more mindful of like how I'm actually coding. So to just start process, So I have the arrival time, I have burst time. So instead, what I'm going to be doing here is that now I can just have I thought I did type def, so I didn't have to do that. Is that not legitimate? I thought maybe I just don't know how to do it, but oh, I have to put something here. Well, I can't give it the same name, but I want the name to be process. So maybe I just need another name. But I'm not going to use this name, right? So it doesn't really matter. Does that work? Okay. So trying to figure out how the best way to do this. Golf is boring. I prefer putt-putt. No. So what golf is I'll be distracted from my work for a minute to show you this. So there's this thing called Vim Golf. So what Vim Golf is that it's just like encourages, so it gives you like little puzzles, right? And it encourages you to do them in the least number of keystrokes possible. So for example, here's all the Vim Golf challenges. So let's look at like this challenge, which it says to add semicolons, right? So here's your start file and here's your end file, right? So it's like, again, let's say you're coding, you're writing this program, right? You write all this and then you run it, and then it's like, it says that it complains because you don't have semicolons. You're like, fuck, right? How do I fix this, right? So if you were literally in this situation where you wrote this, but you meant to write this, how would you fix it, right? So you can do this if you have, so you can try this out if you just do this, right? So now how do I fix this? So what you could do is that you could go and, hold L to go to the end of this line, right? Press I, move over one with the arrow key. Oh, press this, right? Go down, hold L, I, move over that, press this, semicolon, and then I move over this. This line doesn't need a semicolon. This line does. And then this line does, right? So there you go. So now your code will work, right? But how long did that take? So that took 96 keystrokes. 96 is not, so I mean that's whatever, right? If that's how you want to do it, that's cool, right? But let's see if there are better ways to do it. So maybe what I would do is maybe I could do a quick regex instead. So what I could do is, so let's see, what am I looking for? So if I see a non-white space character, right? That's followed by, so here's all the white space characters. That's followed by the end of a line. Maybe I could replace that with, I'm trying to remember my solution. I actually already did this one and I got it pretty good. But now I'm trying to rethink this. So I could replace, actually I know a better way to do it. Okay. So again, I'm trying to put semicolons here, right? So what if I just did this? What if I just did QQ to start recording, jump to the end of a line, put a semicolon there, and then go down a line, and then stop recording, right? So now what I can do is that I can just do, let's see, I'll need to do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. So then I can just do 6 and Q, and then I can do 2K and X. See, now look at that, 15. What's my record? Oh, my record is actually 22. Look at that. We just beat my record. I think when I did it, yeah, so actually what I was showing you, what that first thing I was trying to show you was me trying to rederive how I did it the way I submitted. So what I did is that I made a regex, right? And then I was looking for so this means a non-white space character followed by the end of a line. And then I captured that non-white space character, right? And then I replaced that. So I replaced that non-white space character here with that same non-white space character plus a semicolon. And then what do I do after that? Then I do G. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, the backslash G just means to do the regex on every line. Okay, so I just do this regex right here. But it actually turns out that this way is faster, so I will actually go and I'll press... Oh, no, I pressed the wrong button. I was supposed to press W to upload it. Okay, let's do it again. QQ. Jump to the end of a line. Semicolon. Go down a line. Stop recording. And then what was it? 6Q. And then 2K X ZZ. Alright. So now check this out. So now if I press X to upload it, I can just reload this page. And if I reload this page, you'll see that now I am... Where am I? What was my score? 15. So I'm somewhere here in the 15s. See, look, there I am. So it's really easy to do, and the idea is that, like, if you just do a bunch of these challenges, you'll realize, like, you know, that you'll realize that the way that you're coding a lot of the time is, like, not efficient at all. So, again, you can see here, so they give you a start file, right? And you have to make it equal to this end file. And it's just however few keystrokes you can do it. Right, so like, let's say you have this start file, right? And you want to make it look like this, how would you do that? Okay, cool, I like this film goal, seems kind of like fun. Yeah, you could say that. Okay. Do I have to make multi-thread this? Because I just want to be able to like put things in and then that would be optimal, I think. Otherwise it would be very inefficient. I just have to do a bunch of nested for loops. Let's try this. So oh my gosh. Let's try this another way. So I have this time quantum here, and then I need to count down this time quantum. So and while TQT is greater than 0, so here we get into the nested nature of this. And then what I'm going to do is that while I don't know if this is the right way to do this. Well, processes dot dot burst time what's wrong with that? Oh, is that the problem? Indirection requires pointer operand. Int invalid. What the fuck does that mean? There we go. I feel like my way would have also worked, but that's fine. So processes error burst time. No. Okay. Alright, although maybe I also need a global timer. Yo, how we doing? Hey Bluntus, what's up? Nothing much right now. Just I have an assignment due today for my operating systems class, and I was working on it for a couple minutes, and I was like, why don't I just stream it? Might as well. So that's what I'm doing. Just doing some homework. I just have to implement a round robin and shortest job first algorithm. So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. See, the thing is that I forgot in C. The thing is that I forgot it was due today. So I actually have some really cool ideas where I can implement it, but it's due in an hour from now. And I gotta leave for class in like half an hour from now. So I don't have time to do that. Because I'd want to have a multi-threaded like global timer, and then have threads for putting processes in the queue and then pulling them out of the queue. And I have some cool ideas, but I feel like I don't have enough time for that, so I'm just putting this all in one thing and then doing it all shittily. So let's see. I'll also need a global timer. So let's say int global time is equal to 0. Yeah, I know I gotta focus. On the bright side, when I was in class last week, a bunch of people were saying that it was really hard. So the professor said that if people came into class complaining that it was too hard, then she would extend the deadline. So hopefully people have trouble with it. So here's my global timer. So what I'm going to do is that so I'll increment this global timer. I know this is bad code. Don't do this at home, kids. And then yeah, I'll just have a bunch of if statements. What's wrong with that? Yeah, so then what I'm going to do is that if what's going on here? So let's say you run out of your time quantum, right? So if maybe this shouldn't even be in a while loop. Maybe it should all be in the while loop, right? All right. So we're gonna get super jank here. I'm pretty embarrassed right now. I'm actually trying to remember what's true and false in C. I think 0. I know 0 is something and everything else is the other thing. I think it's the other way around. I think 0 is false and everything else is true. I want to say. Or is it like how it is in Bash, where 0 is true and everything else is false? Who knows? 0 is false, greater than 0 is true. Alright, knew it. Alright, so we're getting pretty jank here. But bear with me. Oh. So Maybe I should make this like a linked list or something. So what I can do here is, so let's say we run out of time quantum. So if time quantum is equal to 0, oh shit, that was dumb of me, sorry. So what are we going to do in this case? In this case, you're going to do star processes. Actually, no, not star processes, just processes plus plus. So if we run out of time quantum, we're just going to move on to the next one, to the next process. But if processes burst time is equal to 0, then we're actually going to do the same thing. So processes plus plus. I never tested less than 0 to count at the time. Are you guys? Oh yeah, totally in real time. I mean in real life. What am I talking about? Okay. So we move on to the next one. But I actually need to make it like circular. So maybe I do need to make it like, maybe I actually do need to change the type def to be, again, I know that this is like bad and this is going to end up working very badly. Bird time. True. But I'm not actually trying to make it good right now because I'm just trying to finish this. Wait, what is it? TT. No. Oh. Again, I've been playing Vim Golf, so it's like, even though it seems like I'm typing very slowly, the reason that I'm typing so slowly is because like every time I need to like type something, I'm trying to figure out like, how can I do this in the minimal number of keystrokes? So what's wrong with this though? Oh. I see what the problem is. So wait, how do I go back here? I need to do TS. No, capital TS. If processes burst time is equal to 0, then I'm going to increment the processes. Right, but otherwise, I'm going to increase the global timer. Are these going to be in order? Jeez, I hope they're in order. Where seconds of around time and burst times is stored. So it actually doesn't seem like it's going to be in order, which is super unfortunate. Okay, I'm just going to assume they're in order for right now. And then after I get it working for in order, I'll figure something out. Maybe I'll just be like, I could sort it or something. I don't know. I don't want to sort it. That seems really dumb, but... Okay, so assuming they come in like in the order that they arrive in, then the only thing that needs to happen is that let's see. Then yeah, I think it just has to loop back. So I don't know actually how to do that. How do I do that? Well, fuck. I mean, I could make this into like a linked list, which is what I'm thinking, but it doesn't have to be like an actual like linked list. Like I could just somehow like, if I could just, oh, what's going on with my Vim here? That doesn't look right. Okay, so if I could somehow add, no, I might have to make it into a linked list. Or I could do it like another way, like get the size of my processes array and then just manually say like if whatever number that is greater than like the size of it to just like loop back. Again, this isn't like how to actually code stuff, but this is like I have like 10 minutes to write this. So let me just do that. How do I get the size of it? I mean, I know there's the size of thing. Wait, if I do the size of something though, I'm just gonna write it like this. I know it's like kind of the same thing, but I don't know. Okay. No, that doesn't work. Parameter name omitted. What am I supposed to do here again? Am I supposed to say the size of it here? Wait. I don't put it here, do I? Oh, maybe I do. Okay. Oh man, this is so bad. But like if yeah, no, I know it is. I would just to help me think of it better, but you're right. All right, int pnum is equal to 0. Actually, no. The number of processes. Actually, yeah, sure. So if I do, and then pnum plus plus, I need to do the same thing here. I don't know what the heck it's complaining about here. Oh, yeah. So what I'm thinking is, what do we got going on here? Got some texts. Oh, somebody updated to the latest version of Ubuntu. Nice. Looking awesome. Oh, wait, that's actually you, Matt. That's in the chat. So let's see if TQ. Okay, so if pnum is greater than, I'm trying to remember the difference between like, is it size of that I'm thinking of, or would it be length? I just don't want to, because the size of going to give me the size of like one thing in the, god damn it, I gotta look this up. See array size. Because I know you got to divide something by something else. Size of, okay, there we go. Size of processes divided by size of process. So what I'm going to do is that if this is the case, oh wait, when I increment process it, though, I'm losing that motherfucker. Okay, I was gonna do this like really fancy like pointer stuff, but I actually don't have time for that. So instead, what I'm gonna do is that instead of that, what I'm just gonna do is that every time I have these processes, I'm just gonna replace it with processes of pnum. So like, but then in that case, this wouldn't be a pointer anymore. So. And now what I can do is that if pnums is, actually no, not if it's greater than, it would be What would this be? Maybe like this? Would it be that or -1? I guess it would be -1, right? Oh man, what the heck is your problem? Oh my gosh. If pinum. Then what I'm gonna do is that it's gonna be pinum is equal to 0. I gotta copy this. Else, then I'm gonna move down 4. Okay, so what is this program gonna do? So while true, it's gonna say, let me get some formatting in here. So while true, so normally just what it's gonna do is that it's gonna increment the global time, and then decrement the oh, that's something that I need to do. I need to reset this. So tqt is equal to tq. I actually fixed that up here. That should be here. Okay. So now we have tqt is equal to, and then I probably also need to reset it here, right? Okay, so what is this program going to do? Okay, so normally just what it's going to do is that it's going to increment the timer, decrement the time quantum, and then decrement the burst time for that current process. But if we run out of time quantum, then we're going to move on to the next process, right? But if our process is like the last one in the list of processes, we're just going to jump back to the first one. Again, I know there's problems with this, but whatever. And then if that's equal to 0, then I'm going to set the pinum equal. So then, but alternatively, if a process is finished, then we're just going to move on to the next process to reset the time quantum. All right. That looks like it might work. Now I just got to test it, which isn't going to be awesome. So now how do I test it? Does she say how she wants me to test it? Read an input file. Oh my gosh. Reading in files in C fucking sucks. Let user specify process number and then random generate related arrival and burst times. Oh wait, I'll also actually account for the arrival time. So what I'm assuming is that it's sorted in terms of arrival time, even though I know that it's not actually, but I'm just gonna act like it is right now. So So I think what I can do here is that I can just check. So like if the if the current process, so if processes penum is dot arrival time, if this is if this is greater than the current global timer, that's why I added this variable, then what we're going to do is I guess we just do nothing, right? So I guess we just increment the global timer. Wait, why didn't I just do the same thing here? No, dang it. Do I have time for like optimizations? Because like, why didn't I just... I'm really annoyed this is due today. But hopefully it won't be. Yeah, that's the thing, is that my professor, like, she's done this a couple times, but she doesn't say that something's pushed back until, like, in class. Like, she doesn't, like, email it. But, like, she'll decide, like, she doesn't decide, like, on the day of class. Because she has to base it off of, like, feedback from students. So she says that she makes the decision whether or not to push it back, like, a few days before it's due. But then only tells us in class, I guess, to make people stressed about it and be like, I didn't get it. So now I just got to read it from the file. So I think... I don't even know what the heck this is doing. So how do I... You know, before I do that, let me just test it, like, how it is now. Oh, wait, shit. No, I'm not ready yet for that. I also have to figure out, So something that I need to figure out is that I need to figure out, so if the arrival time isn't there yet, then I'm just going to increment this. But then I increment it twice. So I guess I'll just have to put an else here. Now this might actually break things. I'm not thinking about the consequences of my action right now, but What's wrong with this? Expected expression. Am I not? Is this not connected to that other if? Is this outside the while loop? Oh. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I have to actually write this part. I'm not going to do any sort of normal memory allocation. Let's just say I have 3 processes, and then how am I going to make these 3? Trying to figure out the best way to do this. So processes 0 dot arrival time is equal to this thing, I guess, arrives at time 0. Dot burst time. Let's say this runs for. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna make this simple for now. So this is gonna be 1. Okay, so what happens here? Let's not forget to return 0. And I guess I'll also need to print shit out. I really don't want to freaking have to do this. I'll just print out everything. So that's the I got this. I have the I've got that. What other variables are there? I have penum. I have processes, penum, birth time. Okay, that's probably it. So now All right, let's get some syntax errors. Clean. What? Two warnings generated. Oh, fuck. It's not printing shit. Why isn't it printing anything? Oh, I never actually called the process. Okay. That's legit. And, okay, let's just say it's 2 seconds. They're gonna make this easy. And then I'm gonna call round robin on... What is it? It takes TQ and then... So that's scary for a second. Okay. God damn it. This is going through an infinite loop somewhere, but I don't know where. So let's go. Holy fuck. Oh man, this blows. Okay, so the global time is 3. What's the problem? Oh, I think I figured out what the problem is. I think I figured it out before even running it. Okay. I think Um, oh wait, what the? I'm clearly not finding the array size correctly. That is so interesting. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I mean, Uh-oh. Well, that can't be right. So if that can't be right, oh, I'm not the smartest person. It has to be -1. Um, all right, so I actually got it all. Just it needs to take user input. So I'm gonna go to class, and then if she says, and it's like at the end of class, I guess, but I don't want to work on it in class. But I guess if I get there and she says it's not delayed, then I'll just implement the file reading in class. That's easy. And then if it is delayed, then I don't have to worry about it. All right. Wait, let me just read the assignment again, make sure I did everything. But at least it works. Yeah. I really hope I didn't have a lot of viewers, because that's like some of the worst code I've written in my life. Like if somebody just joined the channel and they saw that program, they'd be like, "What the fuck is this trash?" How long did that take me to do? How long have I been streaming? I've been streaming for an hour and 9 minutes. But I don't know how long I spent on that last question, because there's a couple of things here. I did all the other questions, and then I just got to the and then on the last question I decided to stream it, so I don't know. Alright. It's all good in the hood. So who's on right now? This guy's hacking a C++ game. Alright. Let's earn miles. So I hope people weren't watching, because that was very bad. But if somebody was watching and they're not vomiting right now, if you want to drop me a follow or something like that, I'd appreciate that a lot. I know the stream isn't that great right now. I'm still working on it. I've done some calculations though, and I predict that growing at this rate, probably by the end to somewhere from the middle to end of next month, I should be around the same size as Ninja or something like that. So, you know, so if you follow now, you know, you'll be the guy that's like, yeah, I actually followed Vegeta before he was big. So, yeah. All right. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys, and see ya.
Here, it says that the location of the sight line now is at 4, 1.2, 0. Oh, hello there, readers.